3, 2, I was counting down literally right before starting this. I'm just gonna, anyways, we're not gonna do that. This is Project Jira. This is Rishabh here. We got another video. All right. In this video, this is the second marathon. We're trying to bulldoze straight through all the podcasting stuff. Lots of stuff to learn about. Again, if you guys are interested in podcasting, I know I was, and I'm on this journey to learn about podcasting and distributing all to different platforms. Of course, how's that relevant to what we do here in this channel? Of course, this is a relief shelter, basically a digital respite for people who have very abusive households or don't have people they can call family or a safe place to be. Anyways, but there's a lot of happy stuff, right? It's not so serious and heavy, right? It's like a slice of life. I call this project. It's a slice of life combined with IRL in real life. So it's very grounded. I have podcasts out on Spotify that are lasting only about 20 minutes, right? And these videos only last about 20 minutes as well. Trying to keep in mind that people go to work, we go to work, I got business, we all have relationships, stuff like that. All right, very grounded. And so in this particular video, finally, we're going to hop over to this scene here. And the previous video, we talked a little bit about Twitter analytics and so on and so forth. So, and also buffer. So we're talking a lot about marketing, right? So we'll segue from that into some fun stuff. Basically, there's some stuff on STEM, science, sleep, gaming, an old school game that I really, there's a pun there, if you know what I'm talking about. If you know, you know. But then there's also, first of all, we have to knock off a little bit of marketing and a little bit of administrative work. Some technical stuff. So for those of you guys who have social media accounts and are using it for business, marketing, and content generation, hopping over to IFT is probably a good way to automate that. So what I've done here is I'm showcasing an applet that I created. You can create all sorts. IFT has at least, I think they have over 500 services at this point. It's not just social media. These are smart devices, some of them. So you can actually press an app on your phone and then the lights will turn on and off, right? You can configure that using IFT. So it's a third-party app. And if you pay them, they have even some interesting AI stuff. We're not going to get into that kind of stuff because I don't have a paid plan and I don't intend on doing that. What I'm covering here is completely free. You can totally access this yourself. So I can showcase you the applets here that I have active. Well, actually, let's update this. So we'll get to this, but basically what we end up talking about in the previous video was the fact that a bunch of hashtags were being removed because they did not fit in my automated tweets. I ended up taking too many characters. And so we see here 5 different little applets here. We have Spotify, YouTube, we have Twitch, we have Discord, and we have Facebook, and so on and so forth. And they're all connected. So for example, this one, if a new episode on my podcast on Spotify is released, then post a new image with a tweet on Twitter, right? And then lost my trail of thought there. Same thing with YouTube, right? If I publish a new YouTube video, so on and so forth, post a tweet with a handle, blah. And then they have custom ones. These are ones I made myself, but then these are specifically from YouTube, partnering with if this and that. So you see 36,000 individuals versus one, which is just my own. So what? Okay, why are we here? We're here because, right, I wanted to knock this off. It's quite important before we get to the fun stuff. Like doing your work, doing your homework, managing your business, get the hard stuff out of the way first. So we can see here it's been run 4 times, notified me when this runs. You can view the activity. I'll showcase what the problem is. So if we view the activity here, you can see that the tweets, it showcases the entire title, which is over 200, which is almost about 200 characters. And then the link on top of that, you would add, definitely puts it way over the mark for the Twitter limits. So what ends up happening is the default hashtags here that we have, mental health, anime, AOT, RL, FYP for you page, gets cut off. So what we want to do, and we have done this already, we went to our applet, we went to the top right, you can select the settings at this top right button. I'm just, showcasing you how this works a little bit. I'm fairly certain it's very straightforward. You'll learn this very quickly if you don't know already. If this is the IFT platform is very straightforward, it's very simplified. Anyone can just log in and know exactly what to do. So you go here, IFT, the trigger, and then is the cause action. The causation, the cause transaction. So the precedent and the antecedent, if you're thinking in terms of logic. So we want to go over to then and click edit. So here is the template that we have, and you can see that we have 2 metadata tags here for the episode name and the episode URL. Our new episode is up, Spotify, hashtag project, hashtag YouTube, hashtag Twitch, drop by 24/7. We made an edit here. Before it said drop by 24/7, 365 days of sleep and fun. But we are going to we got rid of all of that. Just replace it with an exclamation mark. Okay. Maybe not even. You can just put a period. I don't want to make it too lavish. And then we have the memes, the hashtag, the funny shit, home, relief, fitness, ASMR, AI. Of course, I recognize that even by removing those couple words, we're gonna get all of these tags cut off. But that's why we're considering changing the image URL to an episode URL. And we'll see what this does. I don't know specifically if this will work, but I would like instead of the image being posted over onto Twitter, I just want the URL, and then to have the entire title be extracted from the display of the URL. They will hopefully show the title, and then that way I can get rid of the title from the tweet itself, and then all the tags will be able to fit. So it remains to be seen. This is something that obviously we have to test over there. Unfortunately, it's not like my other applets on IFT. This one has to wait before I have to wait for the scheduled Spotify podcast to be released, which I release one podcast every single day so far. I may have to change that because we have so many podcasts coming up that we schedule almost a month and a half in advance now. But the content train keeps going, keeps rolling, and we'll be checking on this tweet and seeing whether or not the image is going to extract the full URL, and whether or not the hashtags are going to get pushed off of the tweet, or they will remain. So that's really important. I want to get to that. Super excited to find out the results tomorrow. But this is just basic A and B testing. All right, all that jazz out of the side. All right, we got through all that kind of administrative stuff. Let's get over to the fun stuff. We're moving on to 7 minutes. Spent too much time on that crap. All right, we can close this. If this and that, goodbye. Well, update it first. Update. And then we'll head over to cancel, and then we'll close it. No, cancel what? Update, add applet, cancel. Oh, what are you talking about, man? We are updated. Okay, so leave, who cares? Right? Just to double check, because there was that little disclaimer there, I want to make sure that in fact that it updated my Spotify. And in the previous video, we went through the fact that it was only Spotify tweets that had the most issues. So what we're going to go here is make sure that it is the one that's edited, and that the edited changes are reflected in the tweet. And they are perfect. So we're going to close it. All right, last bit of marketing here. So you can see here, there's a premiere of a video coming up in 10 days, it says, on April 25th. Geisha's Lament. So the refund worked thanks to the Walmart CSR and the manager. So the 100 decibel screaming security alarm really works, and I'm very grateful and thankful to the manager. Yeah, very helpful. Sunbeam 1.5 volt batteries, FYP. And so that's all waiting there. So that's a bit of marketing. Same thing here, posting over to Facebook over here. We were seeing if we could use some sort of template that would be automatically provided, but in fact they don't. So for example, if you post over to YouTube, what ends up happening is at the end you get prompted to paste the link as well as the description that is already automatically generated for you, and then you can just tweet, right? That's not the case with Facebook. Facebook doesn't allow that, so it's blank. And I realize now that that's not going to work. Because of that, we're going to click share on the page, but we're not going to. So we're not posting anything from our podcast on Spotify or so on and so forth over onto the Facebook platform. So we're just going to leave this, close it, and another one's down. Okay. And speaking of Spotify podcasts, this is another one of the, you can see there's 48 episodes lined up. Only about 7 have been published so far, maybe less, maybe 5. Available on Spotify and 8 other platforms because we distribute it across, and it's more than that. It's like 20 platforms at this point. So here are all the URL links, of course, RSS feed, and this is the main homepage, of course, of the podcast Respite Shelter Project Jira live reacts 24/7 by Onro, the CPTSD AI, and 16 plays, surprising stats, 11 audience members. Okay, and 1 play so far on the most recent release. All right. Okay. Last thing. So the last thing having to do with the platforms, we have to make a new video. So we're trying to get back to somebody here who left a little. If you can't tell, there's a stream running now on the side and on my phone, and we're live 24/7. And this person, basically, somebody commented on my stream. I didn't notice, and said hi and waved. So Dani the noob, I don't. That's a very classic thing to say, the noob. But that's the way back in the day. I used to have an account that was named like me dumb. That was when I was still living in some early like child trauma days, like from a very difficult household. But don't call yourself the noob. Self-deprecating humor right here. So 36 followers. Okay, streams Minecraft. I want to send him a message. Just want to say hi. Thanks for dropping by the stream. So thanks for dropping by the stream. Right, just engage. Sorry, missed your message. Message, man. But take care. Take care. And hope you have fun. You gain traction, action, and most importantly, have a good time. Time with Minecraft. Your Minecraft videos, live streams. So Dani the noob here is apparently streaming Minecraft stuff. Just drop over a little quick comment, appreciation, and you know what? I might as well someone join. Okay, appreciate that. Appreciate you coming by. Okay, just close that. Okay, in fact, I should probably go to my stream. This is exactly why I thought that we would end off this stream. I thought we would end off this video by finally covering the stuff on the tweets, but we just ended up covering more marketing stuff. Or not marketing, but this is more like community management, right? It's more like, not community management, it's just managing all the inner workings and stuff like that. So let's hop over to, it's all in the same area, you know, just managing a channel. Okay, so we're gonna hop over to Excel. We're gonna pop over, paste down a comment. We're gonna say that he said hi from Dani the noob. So let's hop over to base values. Dani the noob said hi and he waved. Okay, so we're gonna chat room and we're gonna go over to the live stream and we're gonna say, hey, sorry, missed your message. Been real busy. Thanks for dropping by. Bye. Keep up with the Minecraft stuff. Okay, that's it. So we'll just leave that in the chat. He's not going to see it, but we're just going to leave it there because it just makes sense to do our due diligence. Okay. And a blurb is playing now. We're going to copy that, paste this over here. Okay, that's it. As well. Okay. All right, so unfortunately, we have to end this video because on a little bit of a sour note, we didn't get to all the interesting stuff over on like the gaming and interesting stuff. But oh, here's a tweet that we can get rid of. This is an example of what I was talking about here. right? This is the Spotify tweet, and you can see here our new episode is up. Blender Vroid VTuber model troubles, incompatible plugin, research, green chroma block, compositing, webcam, software options, Walmart security. And you can see that's the entire title. The link is really short. I really enjoy that and appreciate that from If This and That. They make their links really short using probably Bitly. But and then there's 3-4 hashtags: Spotify, project, YouTube, Twitch, and then the other hashtags are completely cut out of the picture. Now, granted, we don't get to see the analytics for this because it's only been about 1 hour since it's been released, but I'm pretty sure it's not going to get any more traction than this. We're going to close this now. Okay. So we knock off another tab there, and we can also knock off Twitch. So we're going to close this as well. Okay. On the notion of media, since we're talking so much about marketing and media and Twitter stuff and Spotify, and we covered a little bit of the platforms over on podcasting, we might as well get a head start on the 200, 400 tabs of podcasting platforms, because we just covered one right now. What you saw earlier right here is the respite shelter from, this is the company called Anchor, which is a podcasting platform that has been bought out by Spotify and then integrated into Spotify as podcasters.spotify.com. So podcasters, or Spotify for podcasters, basically allows you to take your blog from, say, WordPress, and then it will just use AI and text-to-speech to read over and narrate what you've written. Through that, you can then convert your blog post into a podcast, and then they will help you to distribute it by marketing. They have the entire template down for all the tags, the description, the imagery. You can just set all that, and then it will all work. These pages aren't responding. Wait, doesn't matter, man. Okay, so in addition to being able to convert your blogs, however, on Anchor from WordPress into a podcast, you can also convert all your videos. So that's very interesting, and that's what I've been doing. So Spotify allows you to upload MP4 files, so you can convert your Spotify videos over into a podcast format just by uploading an MP4, and then Spotify will do all the work, convert it into MP3 file, and then distribute it across to Apple iTunes, to Amazon Music, to smaller platforms like Deezer, or Deezer isn't that small, but there's like smaller apps, all sorts of mobile apps on people's phones as well. Okay, so really interesting stuff, and that's what this page is here. Respite Shelter. This used to be Anchor, of course. Now it's called Podcasters, or Spotify for Podcasters, and go below here: creator reactions, content reviews, channel exploration, discovery. That's my bio description. You can see here it's available because I've actually gone ahead and connected all the links here. So we have, you see over here, Amazon Music, Apple Podcasts. We have Castbox. That's a new one for me. Apparently it's a free podcasting software, has a great studio as well. iHeartRadio. It's great to be listed on a platform that lists radio channels. 98.2 CHFI, Toronto's best music mix. 99.1 Virgin Radio or whatever. So this is exactly the kind of shit that I would listen to when I was at work, right? In the production, in the warehouse. Anyway, that's a throwback. So we have all these platforms here: Radio Public, Spotify, Deezer, Stitcher, RSS feed. Interesting stuff. And you can see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There's like 7 podcasts now. We started listing since April 7th, and so yeah, it's been a full week. All right. We do have multiple of these tabs open. So this is the main profile for the Respite Shelter podcast on Spotify Podcasters. This is the same thing again. We ended up having multiple of these because we were trying to update the what we go over here to the top right, the settings. So what we can do with, of course, the podcasters for Spotify or previously Anchor, and I have to wrap up this video in about 2 minutes. I recognize that, but basically we go to the settings and we can go to the podcast availability, and it goes through basically all the platforms that we just mentioned. You can go and subscribe. Okay, not subscribe, sorry. Register your podcast, create an account, if necessary. Some of these require you to do that, some of you don't. Some of them have some pretty high standards. You have to verify your email, but you can get all of your links here, and then you can broadcast across 10, 20, 30, 50 different platforms. And so we had to go back and forth constantly updating the links here, which is exactly the reason why we have what looks like 1, 2, 3 of these platforms. Here's another one here, all opened. Now, one of these here is actually used for analytics. So you can see, well, we'll go through this in further detail in the next video because it's too much to cover. But that's why we have so many of these Spotify podcasts opened. Spotify for podcasters tabs open. And it's because we were in the works of trying to update everything and update all the links. So that's what's going on. All right, so we can just, I noticed there's an episode here that needs to be scheduled. We'll just click the schedule button. It's supposed to be uploaded. I'm not sure why I didn't do that. And you can see this is what it looks like, if you upload episode. So results, super helpful. And then that was the video. If it's a duplicate, I'll have to take it down. Okay. And here are all the listed episodes by the date, by the status, by the length, by the video format, the number of plays, and the ads. Obviously, there are no plays here. These are all scheduled. You can see this is into June. I'm actually into 2 months ahead now. So lots of content. Anyways, that's it. We're gonna close this. That's a long ass video. We still didn't get to the gaming stuff. All right, we will do that in the next video, I promise, which is going to be in a day and a half. I'll see you in the next one, guys. So thanks for tuning in. If you made it this far, again, whether it's by podcast or by video, thanks for tuning by and listening. I hope you actually found this was entertaining or it was useful or something. I don't know why you're doing it, but feel free to leave